So on this channel, I ordinarily make paper computer games, but I have come to understand that there are some people in the community who make something a little bit different that are called paper games. And I have decided perhaps I should give this a gander. Perhaps it is time for me, a noted paper computer game maker, to finally try my hand at making a paper game. And this is it, folks. I've made a paper game. That paper game is called Zoovac the Paper Game, and I'm going to take us on a playthrough of it. Will I be able to handle this, right? I mean, will my skills as a paper computer game maker be enough to handle the differing challenges of a paper game? Only time will tell. Let's find out. Let's play a paper game. Here it is, folks. Zoovac the Paper Game. Now this, as you may notice, this is the very same paper game I started making back when I was doing PCG Makin' Mondays. Well, I have finally finished this paper game. It is now available on the PCG shop, so you can download and play this paper game yourself. And this game takes place during the time Zuvak was first built, when he was still working for the company, the evil company. During the events of my other paper computer game, Zuvak, the life and times of a clown on a stick, when we see him first when he was created up until he escaped the company. So let's jump right into this. We're gonna go right ahead, and in classic paper game tradition, on the cover there is a start button. Let's go ahead and press start. All right, and that takes us to the new game load game screen. Or it's a new game or old game, because old game would be like if you're continuing from a previous playthrough, but we're not doing that, so I'm going to click new game. And that takes us to the intro cinematic. Zoovac. Huh? I'll press A to continue. Intruders detected. They're here for you. Get to the safe room. Uh-oh. I'll press A to continue. So for those not in the know, this is Proto Zoovac 0.0. See, Zoovac is the new robot who's been created by the company, to do all their stuff. Proto Zoovac 0.0 was the original AI created to inhabit this body of Zoovac, but there were problems in his AI. So they got rid of him, but they kept the body and developed a new AI for it. So now they kept Proto Zoovac 0.0 is just kind of floating around in the digital world. He's your mentor now, even though he resents you because he thinks oh, why would they give this inferior guy the body? He still helps you out and is kind of your mentor, kind of an adversarial relationship there. But anyway, he's just warned you of this, and then he kind of fades away. What the? Zero! The power went out. Press A to continue. Wait, that cleaner bot still works. Press Y to take control of nearby tech. Yeah, see, this is one of Zuvak's abilities. He's his hair isn't actually hair. It's connectome hairs, basically kind of nanofiber antennas. Basically antennas, super thin antennas that, he can use to take control of other technology or hack into the internet, hack into other people's stuff. So yeah, we're going to press Y and take control of CleanerBot. Okay, so CleanerBot is here. By the way, CleanerBot is from Kurt's classic paper computer game series, Spaceballs. Classic shout out right there. Anyway, so now you're in these series of tunnels. They're too small for anyone else to go through, but Zoovac can control CleanerBot, and he has to use him to get something to move around with. So Zoovac can't walk on his own. See, he doesn't have he's just on a tripod. He can't walk. So CleanerBot's just gonna kind of explore this whole area. I'm gonna go. Well, first let's take a look at this actually. So looks like there's a locked door over here. So we want to get what's in this cabinet in here, because that might help Zoovac. But let's go up here first, and that leads us over here. this is a recharging station for CleanerBot. So once CleanerBot is full of energy, he will have enough energy to complete the task at hand. So he's gonna come back down to here, and then let's go up this way, and that leads us to a different part of that screen which we can't access from here, so we end up over here, and this is just like a passageway. We'll go over that way, and that leads us here. There we go. Okay. I'll press this button. Ka-chink! Ka-chink! All right, now that the two buttons are pressed, let's go back here, and this should unlock this door. And you got the Robo Dolly. So the Robo Dolly is gonna follow us around, and now you've released it. It has its own independent power source, and so Zoovac can take control of that. So that's gonna follow CleanerBot to come right out of here. Okay, so here comes the CleanerBot, and here is Zoovac, and now Zoovac has a Robo Dolly. So now that we are able to move, Zoovac can just kind of roll along on this Robo Dolly. We can't access this room up here, by the way. Maybe that'll be explored in a future PCG. You can't access it either in my other PCG, Zoovac: The Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick. So yeah, that is just inaccessible. So that takes us over here. And over here we come across one of the company's robots. It's fallen down. You know, I guess that's just because it's out of power. And by the way, there's like just a random miniature guy there, but if you try to go over there, nothing happens. It's just basically a side scroller level. And by the way, little shout out over here, Systems by IPGS. Shout out to the original creator of paper games. So to get past this, I'm gonna have to press X to jump, and left to jump to the left, and I'll jump over him, and I'll keep moving. That brings me to the next screen. We've got the fat guy. All right, now the fat guy is just blocking your way. You just completely cannot get past him. Now, that's no good. Like, see, the fat guy was hired by the company to block the passage of anyone who might try to intrude and, like, you know, stop them from getting deeper into the facility. But the fat guy just really likes blocking passages. So if you, like, try to, like, ask him to get out of the way, he, like, won't. He, like, at least he gets to block someone's passage. Even if you're working for the company, he doesn't care. So Zoovac is forced, you know, drastic times call for drastic measures. Zoovac is going to have to press Y to take control of the trapdoor that the fat guy is standing on. And the trapdoor opens, and the fat guy, and then the trapdoor closes. And then Zoovac will be able to proceed to the next screen. Now here on the next screen, we can see the wall has been breached. Just ripped right off, and you can see right outside into the open air, and Zoovac's like, whoa. This is probably like the first time Zoovac has ever actually seen the open air with his own eyes. But also, some of the intruders are here. These are a mysterious kind of robots, and they're like coming towards Zoovac menacingly. They're like, and by the way, these might look familiar to some of you. These are the very same robots that can be seen in IPGS's super classic paper game, Nerf. So, in that game, these robots are taking over the world. And, you know, to my knowledge, this is the first time we're getting, an indication, like, some sort of direct crossover between a paper game and the paper computer game universe. That doesn't necessarily mean that Nerf takes place in the same universe as the PCG universe, but, I mean, because it could just be, like, that the same type of robots were developed in the same, you know, in different universes multiple times. But, you know, either way, this is pretty pretty historic. Like the first, I think, unless I'm forgetting something, the first proper crossover between the PCG universe and characters from a paper game. But anyway, these robots are pretty powerful. They're coming towards Zoovac menacingly. So Zoovac, you know, they are robots, so Zoovac will try to take control of one of them. He'll press Y to take control, but something he wasn't expecting. When you... I'm going to use this to mark my health. When Zoovac he can take control of this robot, but when he does, it deals 1 damage to him. And when he takes like psychic damage, like not physical damage, but 1 damage to his like secure AI security system. These robots are fighting back. They're like the longer he controls them, the more they try to get into his head and take control of him. Like, these robots are probably here to get Zoovac, so they're prepared, you know, they are prepared for Zoovac, so Zoovac can't control them for too long without trouble, but in this case, Zoovac will take 1 damage, and he will, like, I will use this to, or no, I think I'm gonna press tutorial bot and have this robot smash the other robot and destroy it, and I'm gonna take 1 more damage to control him for 1 more turn, and have him rip off his own head by pressing the tutorial bot button once again. And then I'm going to go and to find out where these guys are coming from, I'm going to just go right outside here. Now, here we are outside of the company. We're coming from right outside here. We can, you know, if I want, I can press A to go back inside there, but I'm not going to do that right now. I just came from there. So let's go see what's going on over here. Well, if we go over here, you can see there's like another one of the robots over here. I don't really want to fight him yet, so maybe we should... Well, we can't get past him to see what's in this shack, so maybe we should stay away for now until we can get some more power-ups or whatever. Let's go see what's over here. Over here it says rough terrain, Dolly can't cross. So Zuvak can't cross, like, this is like foresty area over here, so Zuvak can't cross into there without, you know, with the current Dolly he has. So it looks like the only place we can really go right now is over here. This is the police station, so I'm going to press A to enter. And here we are inside the police station. You can see that Zuvak has found a robot attacking the police station. The cop is terrified. He's kind of like, you know, huddling behind the counter. Now, there is, like, if you move aside, you can see there is another robot in here. That's actually a robot that's built for, it's a a tennis cannon. It shoots tennis balls. Right now, it doesn't have any tennis balls in it, so it has nothing to shoot, so you can't use it that way. But Zuvak can take control of it. It is a robot, so he's going to take control of it and, well, by pressing Y, and like use the D-pad to make it move into this guy and like knock him over from behind, because he has the element of surprise. This robot wasn't expecting it, so he falls over, and this guy's defeated. So I'm gonna go ahead and proceed over to this guy and see if I can talk to him. Like, I'm gonna press A to talk to him. We do have a dialogue screen over here. This is Officer Joe Quiddle, the only police officer for Company Town, and he says, "Whatever you are, can you stop those things? You can use my golf ball cannon." So I'm gonna press A to continue, and Officer Quiddle is gonna refill the golf ball cannon for us. So now, like, we have control of this golf ball cannon that is fully loaded. So now we can use that as a weapon. So let's go back out here. And over here, now that we have the golf ball cannon, we're going to have the golf ball cannon come and shoot this guy. That way we can get rid of him without taking any more damage. And that does it. So let's go over to here. We're going to press A to enter the shack. And inside the shack, da-na-na-na, you found the lawnmower. It can go on rough terrain. Press Y to control it. All right, I'll press Y. And so this is basically like a replacement for the Robo Dolly. Unfortunately, I forgot to draw a cutout for it, but you know, if you're playing this at home, hopefully you can like make your own cutout and just like, you know, move that around with Zuvak the way I'm doing with the Robo Dolly. But anyway, let's go back outside. Let's go back up here. Now that we have the lawnmower, let's like go on this rough terrain, and that is gonna take us to the next screen, which is over here. Now this is sort of like the woods behind company building, like the company facility. So we're just gonna, you know, ride in over here, kind of behind that tree. And here's the back door to the company facility. But you notice there's kind of a little guy over here, a little squirrel. If you go over here, you can kind of like press A to befriend it. So I'm gonna press A, and you're just like, hey, little buddy. And he's like, and he like climbs up your like stick body and goes up onto your head, and now you've got a friend. He's gonna come with you. So then I'm gonna go over here to the back door. It looks like it has an electronic security system, so I'm just gonna press Y to take control of that security system, and we're gonna go inside the door. That's gonna take us to the next screen. And we come in here and we see that one of the company's robots is actually hovering. It's having a standoff with two more of these IPGS robots, whatever they're called. But it looks befuddled, like it doesn't know who to shoot. So you can actually, I'm gonna actually press Y to take control of this guy, and I'm gonna have him like blast, like target the head of this guy. All right, this guy's defeated, but then this guy is gonna come, and he like raises his arm and like shoots something and destroys the company robot. So I'm left with no other choice. I am going to take control of this robot. I'm going to take one more damage. So I'm up to 3. And I'm going to have him rip his own head off and destroy himself. And Zuvak is just like slaughtering these robots. This is like a robot massacre. So anyway, we're like, now we have a choice. We can go down this passageway, or we can continue going forward. So let's first go up this passageway and see what's over there. And it looks like up there we come to the power room, and we come to the power controls. And Zuvak says, something's blocking power from the generator. Once I remove the blockage, I can come back here and turn on the power. So I'm going to press A to end that cinematic. I'm going to go back here. So I guess that room, we're just going to have to come back to it later. And we're going to keep going this way and see what is over here. Dun 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 dun! This is the ultimate robot. So in this case, I've actually gone further than we saw in, you know, IPGS's Nerf. So this is sort of like a similar type of robot. It's like obviously built by the same people, the same kind of robot. But, you know, this is a much, much bigger, you know, more powerful model. And he is just like, he's got these 3 antennas, and they're like just draining power from this main power cable. So this power cable is what's bringing power to the controls in the next room. So in order to restore power, we're gonna have to get rid of this guy so that power can flow through this cable once again, and get back to the other place. But this guy's like, and he attacks. You shake. But just at the last second, as this is happening, someone appears out of nowhere. You just hear a mysterious voice. Take this. And she throws this guy. This like weird triangular robot. It's got like guns coming out of it. It says, Protector bot activated. So you got another friend. This is Protector bot. Alright. So this guy is gonna swipe and knock Zuvak off the Robo Dolly. You can't take many more hits like that. But what Zuvak is gonna do, Zuvak doesn't need to be physically capable to fight an enemy. So here's what Zuvak is. Here's how we're gonna deal with this guy, right? We are going to, first of all, control Protector Bot and have Protector Bot shoot at this guy. And, you know, that doesn't work. This guy is, you know, pretty well armored. So this guy is just gonna, like, step right on Zuvak and snap him in half. And the brief life of Zuvak is at an end. Which means I'm gonna have to press the Ginkus button to save game. Alright, and we're back. Just like just before, as if it never happened. So it looks this time like we're gonna have to find a weak spot, right? And I'm thinking, you know, there's something pretty big and obvious here. We've got these big red, you know, weak points on his body. It looks like these red things might be supplying some power, you know, to his head or to like the rest of his body somehow. So I'm gonna have Protector Bot shoot at one of them. And it works. That one shatters. But this guy smashes this Protector Bot. Protector Bot hits the wall. He's down. He's out. But we've still got the tennis ball shooting cannon. So we have that shoot another one. But this guy stomps his foot and crushes tennis ball cannon. But we're not done yet. We've got one more trick up our sleeve. And that's our little squirrel buddy. Squirrel buddy's gonna run up and scratch this and... And he collapses. And that is the end of that. So now with him being dead, we can go back out and restore power in the other room. And you've done it! You have beaten the game! You've saved the company again. The end. But see, that's actually kind of sort of like a melancholy ending. So you've got like kind of like the horizon here up in the distance. Maybe I should like darken that a bit. Not that it matters. I've already scanned this in, but you know, whatever I feel like doing. This is I mean, we're kind of looking off into the sunset because like Zuvak has a conscience. He doesn't like following what the company is telling him to do. So maybe it's kind of a bad thing that he saved the company. But oh well. And if you want to find out what happens next in Zuvak's story, the next game to visit is my classic game, Zoovac: The Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick. So that's the next place to go after this, but this was my first paper game, and I thought it was pretty cool. I had a good time doing it, and I feel like it makes a good YouTube video material, and like, it has interesting gameplay that like complements the way you play with a PCG. Like sometimes it's fun to do it one way, sometimes another, and it might be fun to like mix and match bits of paper game gameplay with bits of PCG gameplay. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities here, and I'd like to see any games like you could make with that have, you know, that kind of gameplay that maybe like incorporate some paper game stuff with some PCG stuff, and also, you know, maybe, you know, I'd like to learn more about these robots. You know, like, are they actually the same robots that are invading in IPGS's game Nerf, or is this a totally different universe? I mean, it does kind of seem in that game like it's a robot invasion, but, you know, who knows? In any event, that is all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching, folks, and PCG you later. By the way, the main character in Nerf is Zach. So, you know, maybe not the same Zach. I mean, he does have blonde hair, but, you know, I don't know. Make of that what you will. PCG you later.